Oh, hello. Nice to meet you. I'm Alexis Roussel. I'm from Switzerland, and I'm going to talk about what we're building at NIM. NIM is a privacy company. It's a privacy focusing on privacy. And basically, what we understand in our company is that the internet is broken. So it's a very bold statement to say that internet is broken because internet is working for you every day. You're on your phone, you can have access to website, everything works well. But we think that for the digital society, the digital economy that we are building, or the Web3 economy, it's fundamentally broken. Why? Because the internet is fully transparent. You can see exactly how the communication flows from one point to another. And there is no privacy, no security built in the core internet. So I'm Alexis Roussel, I'm the COO of NIM Technologies. I've designed the structure, the company structure, and some of the financial part of the company. And before that, I created a broker in the crypto finance in Switzerland. I was the first one to get a license in Switzerland in 2014, which, I mean, that's a long time yet. So we believe that privacy is going to be one of the fundamental changes that is going to be built in the internet. Why that? Because we see that we need it. We feel that we need it. I think the best case scenario that we can see is the Tornado Cash event that happened a couple of weeks or months ago that you might have heard of. But in general, also, if you talk to people, talk to your families, they start to feel that all this internet, all this algorithm that are working around us and are using our data to push it back to us and to use this data against us is actually taking away a lot of their freedom. So how do we protect ourselves for this? We are building privacy. Privacy, right now, there's no tool that can actually protect us against the overall and the biggest surveillance systems of the world. And what are those? Actually, it's not always what you think. It's not just the NSA. It might be the NSA. Snowden has showed us that it was the NSA. But it's also private companies. And it's the mixture between the private companies and some big governmental organization. And this has a name. It's called surveillance capitalism. So basically, you are mixing business and data, and you are capturing data of people, of your phones right now. This data is being captured, is being analyzed through processes, and then feedback to you as advertisement. So how do we protect ourselves from this? There are some tools that exist. We have Tor, we have NIM, but we needed something that protects us from the overall surveillance system. There is a lot of demand for privacy. People use VPN. I think here a lot of people use VPN. People know how to change DNS. People use Tor also a lot. So there's a demand for it, but still the current tools are not fit for that, we think. So what are we bringing? We're bringing a decentralized mixnet. A mixnet is something that is actually mixing your traffic. We have three big components to make it work. We have the mixnet itself, which is a network of computers. We'll just go deep dive into it a bit. We have the token, which will allow to work on the reputation system. And we have the NIM credentials, which is a zero-knowledge proof system, which allows to show if I have paid or not in the system. So first, the mixnet. The mixnet is a set of computers in which I'm going to send my data through it. And by sending my data through it, it will be mixed with a lot of other users in a certain way. And the way it's mixed is that first there is multiple hops. My data go through different computers, so it kind of tries to hide the path. We add fake traffic. We add what we call cover traffic, which is something that puts up a lot of traffic, a lot of fake packets, and they are difficult to distinguish from the rest, or not distinguishable. And we have timing obfuscation. Some packets go faster than the others, so they don't arrive at the same speed on the other side. And then finally, what is good is that we can scale horizontally. It means that the more machines we put, the more bandwidth we have, and the more speed we have. So here we have a small, very simplified comparison between what a VPN is. On the top, you have you, the user. You're sending your traffic to one machine, and it goes to the other side. And whoever controls the machine or whoever looks at the network can see who is talking to who. Maybe the other side, the app, doesn't know your IP address, but if I'm looking at all the traffic, I can see that you're talking to him. Tor is another model, which is more decentralized. It has a decentralized network, and you will use a route through different servers, but then someone who's controlling Tor, someone who's looking at Tor, can actually de-anonymize you. And then we have the mixnet, which is below, but I'm going to explain a bit deeper in here. In a mixnet, in the middle, you have a number of computers. Here you see 9 computers, but there are much more. Right now we have 240 servers in the network. And these servers, they are all mixing the packets together. When I'm sending my packets through the mixnet, what happens is that I'm cutting down my traffic into packets of the same size. And what is interesting is that everyone with his phone, with his computer, is sending packets of the same size. So if I want to be anonymous in the crowd, if we wear all a black t-shirt and a black cap, it's easier than if everyone has a t-shirt of a different color. Okay? So you want to hide in the crowd, so everyone has the same size. And on the side, we have some other computers which are waiting. If we need more bandwidth, some can add. So that was the very simple overview on what the mixnet is. But the problem in Tor is that Tor is lacking a reputation system. So what we built in with the token is a reputation system to make sure that some people are putting mixed nodes, are putting operation servers who will behave the correct way. And they are incentivized. So we allow the community, everyone, people who just have a bit of token, to delegate and to bet on the right machines. This is also how the nodes are incentivized, because they will receive reward of it. At the end, what we want to achieve is that the value of the NIM token is the value of the privacy. So how much gigabyte of data, of private data, is it worth? One NIM will be worth some money, and this is the market that will decide how much private data will cost. We have a whole crypto economics with different providers in the system. So we have the user. The user could be you, or could be, well, the user, yes, is you, is an application that you may use. We have the mix nodes, which are mixing the packets. We have the validators, which are on the side, which are operating the token and the token economics, but the user don't interface with the user. The user don't interface with the validator. And you have the service providers. And the service provider is someone who's on the other side. It's someone who wants to let you connect to his service, like a backend of a messaging app, for example. Right. And then we have the NIM credentials. The NIM credentials is a zero-knowledge proof, which is built on a scheme which is called Coconut Threshold Signature Scheme. And it's actually a proof. When you pay for your service in token on the blockchain, you have the proof that you've paid and you can use the network. So imagine like you're on a big wheel, you know, you have a fare, you go buy your ticket first and then you can use it. It's the same thing, but you decide when you use it. Here is a very deep dive on our whole system. The mixnet is over there. You have the client on one side, the service provider on the other. It's much more complex. What is interesting also is that, so to use the mixnet is you have to pay. You have to pay in tokens, and then you have to show that you have paid. You need to show the credentials. But it's not the user who always needs to pay. It can be the application. So if I download an application like Signal or Telegram, maybe they can prepay for me a number of data which is private. So if you are an app developer and you want to bring privacy to your user, you can actually embed this directly into your application or even into your website, because we have plugins, or not plugins, but we have NPM packages that can be inserted directly on your website and run from the browser. We have a whole ecosystem right now based on our backers and our mix nodes. Actually, we should add node 101, right, on there. And I'm pretty excited to be here, actually, because Turkey is our 5th biggest, largest community behind US, Russia, Ukraine, China, and then Turkey. And just after, there's maybe Vietnam. So it's a great, I'll just go, we're almost there, roadmap, and we're almost at the end. So our roadmap is a bit more, there's one which is a bit more completed on the website. But basically we have launched the mainnet since 6 months. Today we just completed yesterday a major revamp of some core elements, so you can go and see it's a very active community. And the mixnet can be used and can be already integrated into projects. Here are our contact points. And I just want to finish on something conceptual. Basically, what we're trying to do is come back to the source of what privacy is. Privacy is your ability for you to disclose, to choose what you want to disclose to the others. And now what we understand by technology is that in order to achieve privacy, we need to have first an anonymity layer below. So on an open society, on an internet which is decentralized and transparent, we need to have this anonymity layer, and then we can have true privacy between us. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please follow our projects, look around, follow us on Twitter, and thank you very much.